Hi, welcome my beloveds. I'm Alice and welcome you back. Today I'm gonna be talking about book again, but this time it's gonna be a little bit more special because today I'm gonna recommend you one book that I have read last month and I found it really interesting. It's fun in its story and it's really soothing. It's really good for me personally, but I think maybe you guys could find some and try reading it because it's a whole new world. This book just opened the door for me. So now you might be wondering, what is the name of the book? What is the book about? Shall I really read it? Shall I really try this book? Well, let me put up a summarize for you. Well, let's see what is this book. Let's go! So this book is called Great Expectation. The book Great Expectation is about the boy named Pip who lived with his sister because both of his parents and his brothers were dead. And Pip is that kind of boy where he couldn't let the past go, so he went to the gravestone of his family like every single day. One day, someone suddenly came out and grabbed him and forced him to bring the food and the metal thing with him and help him. Somehow, Pip did help him, even though that person is an escaped convict. A prisoner who escaped. But yeah, somehow Pip helped him, which seems ridiculous in this kind of era. Nowadays we don't really help the convict, right? We mostly put him in hell, put him in the jail again. But yeah, Pip helped him. But the police found out that there were an escaped convicts. Like there were two of them, but Pip met the first one. So the police went to Pip's house, yes, but they did not come for Pip. They come for the information. So the whole family walked with the police to the swamp where the convicts were and they actually managed to caught them. And what a great guy, because the convict who's helped by Pip actually protected Pip by claiming that he was the one who stole all the fruit and the tools, the metal things. So Pip was not guilty that day. And not soon after, Mr. Pumblechook, his uncle, took Pip to Miss Havisham's house to play with Estella, who she claims to be her daughter. Well, I have to explain first that Miss Havisham is someone who is really wealthy. She is really wealthy, like she's rich. He was playing with Estella since that day, and accidentally he fell in love with Estella, but Estella did treat him coldly and contemptuously. Like she did not play good with him. She did not play well with him. She mostly pushed him away. Like, I don't care about you. Like, why did you came to me? Like, there's no point of coming to me. Like, But somehow Pip fell in love with her, which is I don't know. Maybe it's a popular for the kids. I know. Anyway, with the refusal from Estella, Pip decided that he need to be more gentleman, he need to be more rich so he could win her heart. He was wondering whether Miss Havisham could help him become a gentleman, but unluckily she did not. She instead made him become a common laborer in his family's business. Yeah. There was controversy, right? Like, this is not the way Pip wants, but yeah, Miss Havisham wanted this way. So what could he do? So he worked there, like with Mr. Joe, a boyfriend of Mrs. Joe. Then one day again, a lawyer named Jaggers came to his house claiming that Pip has a secret benefactor, someone who would like to help him become a gentleman, provide him education, provide him money, providing him a house, and so he could stay somewhere else that it is worthier and more beautiful. So with that, Pip went with him. So he went to London and befriended with a young gentleman there in his house. And I couldn't say more than this because it would be a spoil. All I want to say is this book somehow is really catch me. Well, to be honest, I didn't think that it would be this fun. It would be this, interesting at first when I first read it. Like, not really my cup of tea, but well, somehow it would be interesting later. And yes, it was interesting later. Like at the middle through the end of the book, it was all climax part. Like, since the middle to the end, it's just really interesting. So when I finished the book and come to think of it, I really love this book. Like, I would like to buy a real book because what I read is like an online version. Somehow I am starting to search for the real book. Like, I really love the hardcover one, so I actually found one, but it's out of stock. So maybe people out there think the same as me, like this book is fun, this book is interesting, so they bought it, and it's now out of stock. So I'm waiting for them to read the stock so I can buy one. Now, why would I recommend this to you? Well, I have to say that this is about good and bad. Like, if you do good, you will receive something good. If you do something bad, you will receive something bad. This way seems like Pip did something really good back then, and he received something really good to himself later when he grew up. And the way the story is being written, it is really interesting. Like the words that Charles Dickens used, they were really interesting. They were really, beautiful. The words, the sentence, the phrases, they were really soothing. The message behind the book, it's just you have to read by yourself. There are a lot of messages behind the meaning of the words that he has written. Like, there were a lot. The hidden meaning, like the way people did that and what he received, the way people act and what they get. This book actually have the activities at the back of the book, and you could do that easily if you pay close attention to the book that you have written. It has almost like 32 chapters, and it's not that much. It's really interesting and it's really good to read for you and for me too, of course. I really love it. Now let's talk about what I like about this book. Can you guess who is my favorite character in Great Expectation? Boom. It's Pip, of course. Since he was a kid, he's really smart in his own way. And the way he think, like, this is not the way a kid should be thinking. Like, his mind is older than his body. And the way he set the goal for himself is something that, a normal kid would not, somehow, they would not think the same as Pip. They will be thinking like mostly, I would say mostly kids will be thinking like, what am I gonna get for dinner? What am I gonna get for my birthday? But this kid set his goal to be a gentleman, and that's really show off how he proceed method, the way he think is really, a grown-up man. And when he grew up, the way he makes plans, the way he set everything up is really mind-blowing. Like, he could set something up and nobody can notice it. Nobody can notice this. And the way he arranged everything, he is so organizational. Like, really, the way he set his plan, the way he arranged them, the way he, keep things in order is really a type. Just, that's it. And my favorite chapter would be the chapter where it reviews. I don't want to say this, but no, this is my favorite one, so I would say it. My favorite chapter would be the one where the convict that Pip first met when he was younger revealed himself who he is. It was so surprised that I got shocked by reading it. I was like, oh, really? Is it him? It was just really shocking. It was shocking yet satisfying, because I was thinking back to myself. I was thinking back then, before I reached this chapter, I was like, maybe, just maybe, this person could not appear just in one chapter and be gone. There's no way, right? So I was thinking to myself, what if he is something later in the book, at the end or in the middle? I was like, yeah, could be, this could be. He could be something that play the crucial parts of the book. And I was like, oh, that's so mind-blowing, because, yes, he is. You should read it by yourself and you will get as shocked as me. Even how many times you read this book, I have read this 2 times already, and I still got shocked when he revealed himself. It's really him. I know it. It's him. So it was really interesting. Now that you know that The Great Expectation is the book that I would recommend to you, now I would like you to tell me, what is your favorite book? What is your favorite book? You can have as many as you want, because I have many lipstick and they're all my favorite. So there's no point of having just one. You can have as many as you want. And I would say that you should, somehow read more books, so you gain more knowledge about general knowledge, and of course vocab. In this book, the vocab is not hard at all. So maybe who just started to learn English could read this one. Is really easy, but somehow there are some points that the details could confuse you. There's just some points, but not much. So maybe you could try reading one, so we could talk. When you meet me, when you see me, just come to me and Alice, I have read Great Expectation. Let's talk about it, so we can share our perspective to this book. So with that way, it's like sharing experience to each other, your perception through this book, mine, and maybe I could recommend you some more books. As you can see there, I have a tons of them, because I consider myself a bookworm. This is my book for today, Great Expectation. Hope you like it. See ya. Bye.